Good evening. This is Merideth Bond, and I am an oral communication student at St. Louis Community College. Tonight I have with me Patrick Bond. He's a local independent filmmaker, and he's participated both on and off set in various local feature film productions and also some locally shot commercials. So tonight we're going to talk to him about the various phases that go into making an actual movie, and some of us may think it's just pick up a camera and go, but I think it's going to be much more than that. Thanks for joining me, Pat.
Thank you.
So you've obviously had some experience in the filmmaking business here in Cape Girardeau, so why don't we start with some personal information and find out like what inspires you as a filmmaker.
I usually tend towards, I guess, like Brian De Palma, Alfred Hitchcock type movies. I love the like the film noir, suspense thrillers, whodunit, detective story type things. So usually when I start to write a script, I tend towards those. I don't do a lot of dramas or comedies or westerns. I stick towards the things that I think people are going to be like looking over their shoulder, edge of the couch type stuff. That's what I like to watch. So that's what I like to make.
So you mentioned writing a script. So most of us think that would probably be the first stage in production of a movie. Is that true?
It is true. If you don't have a script, you don't have anything. Pretty much the way a movie would start would be either a producer would go out, somebody would go out and find a script, or a writer would sit down and write a script. And once the script's written, then that's pretty much when like development starts, where you try to take that script and either get people interested in it so that they can fund it, or you go out and actually try to fund it yourself and make a movie.
So once development starts, like give me a specific example of like how a script just sitting on somebody's dining room table would make it into the hands of somebody that can make it happen.
I'm still working on that, but no, you can try to go find an agent. Like living here in Cape Girardeau, it's hard. But with the internet and FedEx and everything, you try to find an agent, and the agent would try to sell your script. In my case, I would write a script now, and I would try to fund it myself. Whether it's, borrowing money here, put it on credit cards, everybody kind of just chips in, and we would actually make our own movie. So pretty much once I have the script, and we say yes, we're doing this. That's when pre-production starts, and like once you realize this is done, pre-production starts, and we go out and we have casting calls to try to get cast. We get all our crew, we get our locations. Everybody knows their job, and we're ready to go. And that's the more time you put in pre-production, getting all the little stuff done, the better your shoot's going to be.
Okay, so let's say pre-production's over, you found your locations and your actors and everything. What comes next?
Shooting. So you take your schedule pretty much, and you shoot your movie, which can take anywhere from 2-3 weeks up to 5-6 months, depending on how big your movie is. That's actually my least favorite part of it. I love pre-production, figuring out the problems. And then you shoot it, and then I love post-production. Post-production is pretty much once you're done shooting, the editor takes all the footage, puts it together. Then you go through with a sound guy, and you fix any sound mistakes. You put any music in that you need to put in, titles and everything, and make a movie.
So after post-production, then you obviously got to get that name out there somewhere. Is what comes after post-production, after it's cut in the can and everything? What do you do with it then?
That's the marketing part of it. Like for me, like as the independent, I would try to send it to film festivals because that's a good way to get a movie sold, get somebody's name out there, whether it's an actor, your lead actor might get a job from that, the director, writer, or the movie might get bought by a studio and sent out there. Unlike a studio movie, once the movie's done, they'll have like test screenings and make sure that everything, the test screenings like it. And then that's when they build the posters and cut the trailers, and you'll see it at every movie theater in the world.
Sounds like a pretty long process, but I'm sure we'll all look at movies a lot differently now. It sounds like there's a lot that goes into it. So, thank you very much for joining me, and I'm Merideth Bond, and this is Patrick Bond, and thank you very much.